Hey there. So I've just finished up my tea, and following my anger rant video, let's lighten it up a bit. Let's talk about horror movie follow-ups. And basically what I did is I just grabbed some movies in my collection that are follow-ups to successful films, and I'm going to give them a quick rating, a quick overview, and you can tell me what you think and what your favorite horror movie follow-ups are. These aren't necessarily my favorite horror movie follow-ups, but here's some that I grabbed in my collection. And first up is probably one of the most famous. That would be Evil Dead 2. Now, Evil Dead 2, to many people, is a superior film to the original. It is definitely more palatable for a lot of the mainstream audience. It is frenetic, crazy, funny, and as far as sequels go, it's a definitely worthy sequel. And I was a big hardcore Evil Dead fan, so seeing this take this direction was really not something I originally envisioned myself enjoying as much as I do. But when I go to watch these now, this is the film I go for. This is the one that I watch the most. So Evil Dead 2, history has been favorable to you. Next up is the Red-Headed blah, 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 blah. First Day, New Town. I could use that as a blue, but what the heck. Demons 2. Demons was the classic Lamberto Bava film produced by Dario Argento, and Demons took place in a theater. It was a creepy film with director Michel Soavi doing a kind of a cameo role as the masked figure. But Demons 2 is set in a in an apartment building, and we're seeing the demons now not through a movie on the big screen, but through a VHS tape brought into a birthday party, because it's bringing it home. Unfortunately, a lot of people didn't enjoy this film as much and really ragged on it a lot. I think this film really does a great job, and I think you can correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think this may be very early Asia Argento. I think she's a little girl that is in the car. Gets killed, maybe? Anyway, you guys can let me know if you've seen Demons recently. I'm thinking of upgrading to the Synopsis Steelbooks. They are $39 each, so they are pretty expensive. And if I do upgrade to those, that will be my movie buying for that month. Oh, it won't be my movie buying for that month. So she shook her head no. So, okay. Then maybe I will upgrade to those steelbooks, because obviously I can have lots more movie buying that month. That's obviously what she meant by shaking her head. And we're going to go with that. And since she rarely talks on screen, there. I have witnesses. Next up is a favorite sequel of mine, and that is Hellbound, Hellraiser 2. Hellraiser was a fun film. It did take a little while to, as much as I love the film, I do love Hellraiser, it took a while to get into. Hellraiser 2 starts pretty fast, and the baddie in this one is pretty cool. Dr. Channard. Really do enjoy this film. I love the fact that she goes in there. I love the fact that it's not a... we find out more about it. The director in this one was Tony Randall. No, not Tony Randall from The Odd Couple, but Tony Randall, the director. And he does a great job. Ashley Lawrence is better in this one than she is in the first one. Got to be completely honest there. Just as beautiful. And better role for Doug Bradley, so that's always a plus. Claire Higgins, shining as always in these films. Great film. If you don't have this in your collection, or you've just stuck with the original Hellraiser, really pick this up. It's much better than many of the other sequels. And it's definitely better than Part 4, because Part 4 is Hellraiser Bloodlines. And Hellraiser Bloodlines was directed by a director by the name of Joe Chappelle. He also directed Halloween Part 6. And he's directed many episodes of CSI. He's a piece of scum. Why? I've mentioned it before. Donald Pleasence was making Halloween 6, his last film. He was extremely sick at the time he was making the film. Joe Chappelle treated him like dirt. Joe Chappelle treated the main actress like crap and told her that he didn't think that she was big enough to be on, or curvy enough to be in the film. Thought she was too skinny. He was just an overall asshole, and I don't like the guy. And this is one guy that one of these days I'm going to meet at a con, and I'm probably going to get kicked out of the convention right afterwards. Just saying. I'm ranty today. You know that? Is that a word, ranty? If it's not, no. I was going to do a video response one on on YouTube's and their video responses, but Mr. Repsian, I think, did a really good video on video response, and I didn't think I had any more to add to it than his rant at the time. So check this out. By the way, still getting the shit out there now. Lola's Basement. You gotta subscribe to this guy's channel. Really cool. Cute kid. Moods. Awesome collection of DVDs. Incredible stuff. You like horror? You should be tuned into Mood's channel. Gray, David Koenig, Falagar 517, Night of the Creepy Monster Squad. These are all names that should be in your subscription list. God, there's so many of them. Blu-ray Addict. Hope I got the right. Blu-ray Addict, Blu-ray Nanos. There's a couple of them there. Film Game Junkies. If I'm going to use my pent-up anger energy, I'm going to use it for good. Hold on a second. I'm going to get back to my video. Don't worry about that. But let us run down a couple of the people that I watch here really fast. Shannon Riddler, very funny girl. You should watch her stuff. We got Ruth, actually, really, really good. Southern Girl Likes Horror, really surprised me. Does some great stuff. Clive Craven, again, another good one. The Blu-ray Critic, you gotta check him out. Let's see, who else have we got here? Squirrel Movie, I gotta get this name right. Squirrel Movie Stash, just signed up for that one there. Another great YouTuber. So many. Film Fan Pete. Cinema Sickness. Ali Walker, sweetheart of a YouTuber there. Miss Monoxide 247. She does some great stuff. She talks about like wrestling and that too, and she's on vacation right now. She's cool. Hope she's having a great one. J.A. Sarah, I hope I got that right. She just came back on YouTube. She likes a lot of the hardcore horror stuff. We disagree on a couple of things. I'm not a fan of Siberian films. She is, but she's the first person that I got to come on here and listen to that actually had a legit reason, more than it's brutal. So just so many great ones. I'm missing a lot of people, but these are some of the people right now that I can mention that do some. Did I miss one? I said TJ. I didn't say TJ Pyramid? TJ, I am so sorry. I said your better half and I didn't say you. If you don't know who TJ Pyramid's better half is, I mentioned her earlier. Find it yourself. I had to. Lola's Basement had to. Good call. Phantasm 2. Great film. I kind of wish that the original actor had been in it, but I gotta say, I was unsure going in, but James Gross did a great job in this film. As always, Phantasm movies are trippy, cool, freaky, head rush, psychedelic mind trips of a film, and I love them like that. That's why Videodrome is one of my favorite films. Halloween 2. No, not the Rob Zombie one, because that was utter crap. So we won't talk about that one. We'll just cross ourselves. I'm not even Catholic. How do you do the cross thing anyway? Halloween 2, great film, loved it. I think it would have been even better if, honestly, if John Carpenter had let Rick Rosenthal actually do what he was going to do with it. All right. Wrong Turn 2, Dead End. I remember really liking the beginning of this movie. See that? 23 something? That's not what I paid for it. I paid 50 cents. You know. Henry Rollins is in this. This is a really I really liked. I just remember the opening. Honestly, the only Wrong Turn sequel I remember was the one with all those. It might have been a prequel. Lesbians. Okay, I'm back. I'm getting stared at. But that movie had Doug Bradley, I think. And I obviously watched it because I'm a fan of quality horror acting. And Doug's a really nice guy. Piranha 2. Directed by James Cameron for 5 minutes and then by a bunch of other people. Responding, hey, piranhas that fly. It is friggin' awesome. Seriously. Lance Henriksen, early role in this one.
In salt water.
In salt water, no less. Trish O'Neill. There's a Gunyan Run scene in this guy. Remember that? Oh, it is so sweet. Yes, this should be much, much more horrible than it is. My better half loves it. Rec 2. I'm not going to talk about this too much. Just going to say, see it. Good movie. And talking about movies that you have to see, this is horrible. This is probably up there with one of the worst films that I've seen. You got to get a kick out of it. So yeah, Linda Blair's older. There is great music in it. Morricone is doing the music. It's directed by John Borman, and I'm shocked as hell that he directed this. But you know, we got Max von Sydow, James Earl Jones, Paul Henrid, Richard Burton, Louise Fletcher. How could this go wrong? It just did. I don't know. Wealth of I don't know. It should have been really good. It was like printing money. I mean, like part 3 is really good. House 2, the second story. You know, first time I saw this, I wasn't a big fan. Subsequent viewings, I actually enjoyed it a bit more. You got Ari Gross in here, of course. Roy O'Donnell, Bill Maher. Bill Maher. How the hell do you say that? Bill Maher. Bill Maher. Okay, Bill Maher. There we go. John Ratzenberger, who we know as Cliff in Cheers, and of course he was the pig in the. Was it the pig or was it Mr. Potato Head? He was in Toy Story anyway. It's been a while since I watched those movies. Like I don't go back and watch them, except Toy Story 3 makes me cry. Yeah, it does. Men cry at Toy Story 3. So, that's the collection. There are some shout-outs. Hope I got everybody in there. I know I did. And there's always going to be people that I miss. If I did, hey, Psychotronic Broadcast. Another one. I am going to go now and get a nice warm cup of tea because that one was stone cold. Apparently, I can go now with the knowing that I can buy 2 $39 Steelbook Blu-ray editions and still get lots more that month. Witnesses. Thanks a lot for watching, and it really is. It's time for tea.